Fans of the famous musician Duracell Copeland are still in shock as news of his death spreads.
The world's now mourning the loss of iconic pop star Duracell Copeland, who died tragically just before a tour designed to give new life to his career.
And welcome to Entertainment Tonight. I'm Sidney Loafnugget, reporting in for Celebrity News. The death toll of celebrities has reached triple digits, but the world is still fixated on the death of one iconic figure. It's been 5 days since the death of Duracell Copeland, who died in a tragic accident on his I'm Not Dead Yet comeback tour. He was a musician, humanitarian, and genius to some, a porn-loving, drug-addicted lunatic to others. Join me tonight as we investigate and explore the life, the rise and fall of Duracell Copeland. Duracell Copeland was a megastar almost from the very beginning of his career. His charismatic personality and awe-inspiring stage presence captured the hearts of not only America, but the entire globe. On Entertainment Tonight, we take another look at the life of the legendary music star Duracell Copeland.
About to do this practice. Gotta get ready.
He had it all. He had the style, the way he moved was just, it was overtly sexual.
Duracell, he was a great performer.
You couldn't cut on a radio without hearing a Duracell Copeland song. You couldn't cut on the television without seeing Duracell Copeland.
Well, Duracell's music is my life. It hasn't necessarily shaped my life. My life is kind of shaped around Duracell's music.
He was just a shining light in my sky.
Born in Atoll, Idaho, Duracell Orenthal Copeland was born on August 23, 1959. His mother was an economics teacher and part-time chicken sexer.
Chicken section is basically the person that divides the sexes of the chickens. You know, you have boys on this side and you got women on this side, women chickens. My mother used to say, if you can tug it, you chuck it. If you can poke it, you leave it. The last part didn't rhyme, but you know, it made sense to my mother. It made sense to mother.
His father was a clown. He was a professional clown. He had, red nose and everything, big shoes.
Wasn't funny, but he was passionate about his work.
His father died when Duracell was 2 months of age, and Duracell didn't get to meet his father.
He died in a juggling accident. Well, the accident was juggling, but he didn't die from juggling. He actually died after he walked in front of a semi-truck filled with bowling pins.
He was a good man. He was excuse me, I'm a little teary-eyed. He was a good man. He made sure that we had food on the table.
Duracell never really talked much about his childhood. He was always about the future and what he wanted to do, you know, in the future, and not talk about his past at all.
Duracell Copeland's first taste of fame came when his band Macadamia achieved success with the song There She Goes, Dancing All Funky Like.
There she go, dancing all funky like that. You know what it is, you know. There she go, dancing all funky like that. You know how it is.
There she goes dancing. Thank you, Tim. That's when that signature, and singing, that's when that signature came out. That's when he put it on that song, because that was the actual song that we recorded. And then they started actually like writing that on t-shirts. And, he wanted those in there. He said, look, if I'm gonna say it, y'all gonna write it in there.
A little known fact is that clip is actually hidden in every Duracell Copeland track.
And I think it's spelled A-U-G-H. And it just goes in there. Yeah.
Me and Razor, we started out, you know, in the group du jour. We were on the chilling circuit, you know, and we took a trip down to New Orleans. It was in Louisiana. There, we saw this young man, Duracell Copeland. He was just great.
That's where I started singing, in Louisiana. Actually, my grandmother, she was very big into the church, and so she, like myself, recognized that I had this gift.
And I looked at Marlon, and he said, "Man, we got to get this guy for the group." And I said, "You're damn right we do."
It was beautiful, and I was like, Duracell, we need you. You need us. And because we knew that if we put Duracell in our group would elevate.
He can't choose you the way I do. While he's out creeping around, you're at the house waiting on him to come home. In your mind, you know that he's cheating on you.
So we did everything in our power to try to lure him away from the group he was with. You know, we'd take money from one member's pocket and put it in another. We'd start little arguments like that, write notes to each other, you know what I'm saying? Do you like me? Yes or no, maybe. You know, some homosexuality going on. I don't know, that really didn't break up the group, so I'm not sure.
Duracell Copeland was also loved by the ladies. His irresistible voice, golden body, and charming personality were the object of many a teen. However, Duracell Copeland also had a strange obsession with older women.
I've always had a liking to, you know, those that are older than I and are married. You know, I think it all started with Miss Valencia, too. Miss Valencia.
I mean, to each his own. I'm not going to say that I necessarily follow him in that aspect of his life choices, but I mean, I'd like to think a man like Duracell Copeland definitely knew what he was doing. He probably, in his choice in women, there was probably some sort of subconscious strategy behind it, because there's a lot you can learn from older women.
Though many considered Duracell Copeland a loving and wonderful man with a golden voice that could melt the hearts of women, he also had a darker side, a drug addiction.
You know, drugs are a fickle thing. But let me explain. Many nights I went out there under the influence.
There was a lot of concerts where Duracell was pretty cracked out. But the thing about his concerts, when you went to them, you never knew what he'd be on.
I think I saw him snort a shoelace once. He said it had cocaine residue on it. He called it an association high. I don't even know if that's possible.
He started off with just marijuana, you know. And, you know, that's not bad. But then he went to cocaine.
Well, you know, it was weed and cocaine at first. I started mixing the two.
And then PCP.
I did a little acid with the Beatles. And then I started getting experimental, you know. Yeah, I used to get high off of pencil shavings and used to lace them with rubber cement. You know, but crack is whack. It says drugs. This is a little campaign I'm doing. Drugs are so wicked whack. Like crack. Okay, I did it like twice. But.
And that's when I knew, something's not right.
God, those were dark. Those were dark times. I mean, I met him at his peak, and he was the most loving man I had ever met, but when it came to pencil shavings and rubber cement, he couldn't control himself. He just...
It's hard to get to, you know. What I had to do is I had to break into schools at night. I would take the pencil sharpeners. That was me. That was me.
Tragedy struck when Macadamia broke up in 1982. The struggle started in a recording session where Duracell got in an argument with Marlon. Razor left as well, but not because he was angry, but because Duracell was about to start doing drugs. In the nude.
They think they doing something, he doing nothing. Pitiful.
They weren't really on my level. So I decided, you know, it would be best for me to go ahead and, you know, pursue my solo career, you know. Because it was the only thing. It was either, you know, kill them or kill me.